Back in Syracuse as the Crunch gets set for the Cleveland Monsters. Second game of the week for the Crunch and the third matchup of the season series with the Monsters. On Countdown to Crunch Time presented by Supercuts, I'm Lucas Favali with Crunch assistant coach Ken Klee. Ken, it's the second game of the week for the Crunch. Wednesday night, the Crunch had a 4-0 loss in Binghamton. The Crunch seemed to play pretty well. What did you think about the game on Wednesday night?
Yeah, I mean, we did some good things. Obviously, when you outshoot a team, as much as we did, we'd like a better result. But give them credit. Their goalie played well. They did what they had to do. They scored at opportunistic times, and it was their win that night.
Yeah, it was now the second straight loss for the Crunch. Last Saturday was the 5-2 loss against Toronto, where you said you wanted to see an improvement from the play from Saturday. So did you see the areas where you wanted to see the Crunch improve? Like you said, limited the team to Binghamton to 10 shots on Wednesday night.
Yeah, I mean, we did. We got back more to our identity, I think, and pressuring the puck all over the ice, skating, being a hard team to play against. We did all those things well, but still, it's a hockey game, and sometimes those things happen where the other team capitalizes on, they don't get a lot of chances, but on the ones they get, they capitalize, and, we got to say it wasn't our night and move on to the next page.
And tonight it's the Cleveland Monsters, but again, seeing the things that you wanted to see, I guess, on Wednesday night, is that something you can build off of heading into tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, a lot of our guys played pretty well. We had a lot of good defensive plays, a lot of, turning pucks where we were able to get, be first on pucks and control the puck a lot. And I think, more times than not, if you have the puck a majority of the time, it's going to work out well for you.
And the goaltender for Binghamton, Evan Cormier, played really well. He made 35 saves in the shutout against the Crunch the other night. But again, 10 shots against for Syracuse was a franchise record. Coincidentally enough, the Crunch in 3 games now limiting shots to 13 shots or fewer in franchise history. They've lost them all. So that's kind of an odd statistic there. But tonight it's the Cleveland Monsters. It's the third matchup of the season between these two teams. It's also the final game of a conditioning assignment for Slater Cuckoo, who's been here for 2 weeks now. Just what have you seen since he came here and now through the last 2 weeks as he has continued to find his game?
Well, I mean, there's no question Slater's a terrific hockey player. He's in Tampa Bay for a reason. He's he skates well, sees the ice well. He makes good reads. So it's been really nice having him as another addition to our other defensemen who have been playing really well. So we've certainly enjoyed having him here. We know he's a heck of a player, and he'll be missed when he does go back.
As the Crunch are getting set for the Cleveland Monsters on this Friday night. It's the only home game of the week for the Crunch as the schedule continues to throw the Crunch back and forth here in Central New York as we get set for the action tonight. 10 shots against, though, is really impressive to see. We mentioned Slater Cuckoo, but the overall defensive effort on Wednesday night, what did you think of that group?
Yeah, I mean, they played well. I mean, like you said, when you can limit a team to 10 shots on goal, you're good positioning, your stick on puck, you're closing the gaps, not giving them time and space, and I think that's been a key to our identity all year, and we certainly need to keep it going. In
the game Wednesday night, the Crunch are without 2 of their bigger forwards, the captain Gabriel Dumont and Alex Volkov as well. Both were out sick for those guys, and iffy if they're back in or not tonight, but those are 2 big guys who are missed. Obviously the Crunch have some players to slot in there, but especially with Gabriel Dumont, the captain, one of the leaders of the Crunch's team, with him not in the lineup, how much does that affect the roster that the Crunch can put on the ice?
Well, I mean, like you said, there's no question he's a great leader. He leads by example, kind of drives the ship for us with his energy and his intensity. And so, whenever he's out of the lineup, it's been missed. Unfortunately, he's missed, a lot of time this year. We've had to learn to play without him. But, it's one of those things of, whether he's in or not tonight, we got to make sure we, bring our best effort because we know they're a really good hockey team over there.
And the game on Wednesday night, the Crunch had 7 power plays, went 0 for 7. Cameron Gauntz was our guest on our Crunch Weekly show last night. Said he liked the way the Crunch power play looked. They generated a lot of momentum, and we know that is something that's always talked about, getting momentum, whether you score on the power play or not. So what did you think that momentum was able to spark with the Crunch? Even though it didn't lead to any goals, what did you think of that on Wednesday night?
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of, keeps the ice, tilted in their direction. I mean, if our power play is getting scoring chances and getting good looks, moving the puck well, it definitely takes other teams out of their game. So I think that's definitely, something I know that Gilles in the power play, they try to talk about a lot and focus on a lot, which is, it's a good thing in a hockey game. Sometimes, like you said, bounces aren't always there, or, maybe their goalie just makes a huge save. So, we just need to continue. Our power play has been great for us all year. There's no question. It's helped us win a lot of games. We just need to make sure they're, focusing on the finish. And when we do that, we're really good.
Crunch are getting set for the Cleveland Monsters here on this Friday night. We're on Countdown to Crunch Time, presented by Supercuts with Crunch assistant coach Ken Klee. It is the third matchup of the season between the Crunch and the Monsters. First 2 were in Cleveland about a month and a half ago or so. It was the end of November into December. 2 really tight games there in Cleveland. What do you remember from those 2 games against the Monsters earlier this this year?
Yeah, I mean they've got a really high-skilled team. They've got several players who have played quite a few years in the NHL, and it shows. I mean their maturity in their game. They like to hold on to pucks. They like to make plays. They're a dynamic team, but they'll also wait. You look at a lot of their games, they outshoot teams, generating a lot, and they don't give the puck up very often. So for us, we just need to make sure we stay with our pressure game and stay on them, use our speed, and do the things that make us successful.
Yeah, what's the challenge of playing a team like that? You said they like to possess the puck. We know the Crunch like to possess the puck. So what's the challenge in a matchup like this?
Yeah, I think it's us showing a little bit of patience. I mean, we want to pressure all over the ice, but also we can't force plays. We can't give them easy turnovers and easy looks. We need to make sure we're hard on them when they have it, and then when we have it, we need to be intense, but also make sure that we manage the puck well.
All right, looking forward to it tonight as the Crunch take on the Cleveland Monsters. This is Crunch assistant coach Ken Klee. Ken, thanks for your time and good luck tonight.
You bet. Thanks, Meatball.